$572 billion. That's the jaw-dropping revenue Walmart brought in for 2021. With a workforce exceeding 2 million, it stands as the largest employer globally and the biggest retailer by sales. But creating such a colossal empire didn't happen overnight. It all began with a determined farmer who, despite being told he had no future in retail, took a leap of faith and opened his own store. This bold move set the stage for an incredible journey. Born on March 28, 1918, in Kingfisher, Oklahoma, Sam Walton faced early challenges. His family struggled to make ends meet, leading them to roam across the country in search of better opportunities before finally settling in Columbia, Missouri. As a teenager, Sam took on various jobs to support his family and observed his father's business dealings closely, learning the ins and outs of making a profit. His mother, too, ran a successful milk delivery business, which had Sam milking cows and making deliveries after football practice. These experiences instilled in him a strong work ethic and a deep understanding of the effort required to earn even a dollar. However, home life was tumultuous. With his father frequently absent due to work, tensions rose between his parents. Sam often found solace in sports, the Boy Scouts, and leadership activities, keeping himself engaged to escape the family strife. After graduating from David H. Hickman High School in 1935, he pursued business studies at the University of Missouri. To support himself through college, he juggled odd jobs like delivering newspapers and waiting tables. In the spring of 1940, Sam landed a position as a sales trainee at J.C. Penney in Des Moines, Iowa. Despite earning $75 a week, his time there was rocky. He was considered one of the least effective employees, primarily due to his dislike for paperwork. His boss even warned him that a retail career might not be in his future. But Sam's knack for sales saved him, earning him extra commissions despite his challenges. When World War II swept across the United States in 1941, a young Sam Walton felt a strong urge to contribute. In 1942, he left his job to enlist in the Army, where his leadership abilities quickly caught the attention of his superiors. He was assigned to the Military Intelligence Corps and rose to the rank of captain. Stationed in Oklahoma in April 1942, Sam crossed paths with Helen, who would soon become his wife. After a brief courtship, they tied the knot on Valentine's Day in 1943. By the war's end in 1945, Sam was ready to support his new family and took a bold step into the world of retail. With a $20,000 loan from his father-in-law and $5,000 from his own savings, he purchased a Ben Franklin store in Newport, Arkansas. It's worth mentioning that many small businesses were struggling at that time, and this particular store was no exception. It was deep in the red when Sam took over. To make matters more complicated, he had agreed to a lease that charged him 5% of sales in rent, which seemed reasonable at first. However, after signing, he realized it was one of the highest rates for a variety store in the area. Despite these daunting challenges, Sam exceeded everyone's expectations. He took a close look at the retail norms and wasn't afraid to break the rules that didn't make sense to him. Quite a few of them, in fact. One of the biggest hurdles he faced was a stipulation requiring him to purchase all his inventory from company outlets. Sam, however, discovered a clause in his contract that allowed him to seek out cheaper merchandise elsewhere. This savvy move enabled him to offer lower prices than his competitors, focusing on volume sales rather than high margins. It took him nearly 10 years to fully realize the potential of this strategy. While Sam wasn't a groundbreaking innovator or a genius, his business acumen shone through. The key to his success lay in his willingness to challenge conventions and prioritize customer value above all. Sam Walton had a knack for making life easier for his customers, and that focus on convenience paid off big time. As his business flourished, he invited his brother Bud to join him, and together they streamlined operations even further. However, the Butler brothers, the original owners of the store Sam leased, weren't thrilled about his decision to source merchandise from other places. Still, they had little room to complain when they saw the impressive sales figures Sam was pulling in. In his first year of ownership, Sam's sales skyrocketed by over 45%, hitting $105,000. The following year, he saw even more growth, with sales climbing to $140,000. By year 3, his store reached a remarkable $175,000, marking a 25% increase. After just 3 years in business, Sam Walton managed to fully repay the $20,000 loan from his father-in-law. By the following year, he had become the top variety store owner in Arkansas and likely in nearby states as well. However, beneath this success lay a major oversight that could jeopardize everything. When Sam signed the lease for his Newport store in 1945, he missed an important detail. There was no renewal clause. This was a common provision in leases, and when his father-in-law discovered this blunder, he was astounded that Sam had overlooked it. Sam had poured his heart and soul into building a thriving business and fostering connections within the community. Helen, Sam's wife, also cherished Newport, where 3 of their 4 children were born. In his autobiography, Sam reflected on that moment, describing it as the lowest point of my life. He felt utterly defeated. Having created the best variety store around, he was now being forced to leave. Determined to start anew, Sam set out to find a new location for his next venture. He eventually stumbled upon a small spot in Bentonville, Arkansas, where he planned to open his second store. This time, he made sure to secure a solid 99-year lease. In the summer of 1950, he opened Walton's Five and Dime in the town square. Locals were skeptical, whispering that he wouldn't last more than 60 or 90 days. But Sam was ready to prove them wrong. At that time, Bentonville had 2 other variety stores, but neither could compete with the low prices Sam offered. His arrival would soon transform the shopping experience for the entire Bentonville community. In the vibrant economic climate of the 1950s, Walton seized the moment to innovate and keep his customers coming back for more. He was always on the lookout for ways to slash prices while enhancing the shopping experience. One day, he stumbled upon the self-service model in retail, a concept that was revolutionary. Instead of having staff fetch items for customers, shoppers could now browse the aisles, pick what they wanted, and simply pay at the checkout. Sam was instantly sold on this idea. It meant he could operate with fewer employees, which would help him lower his costs even further. This shift not only streamlined operations, but also tripled his income in under a year. With this newfound revenue, he was able to invest in further growth. In the following years, Sam opened store after store. By the end of the 1950s, he proudly owned 15 locations, all funded through a mix of borrowed capital and the profits from his successful ventures. Yet, despite his impressive expansion, Sam felt that his profits didn't fully reflect the hard work he was putting in. So, he decided it was time to shake things up with a new strategy, one that would ultimately transform everything about his business. At the heart of Sam Walton's vision was a commitment to delivering real value to customers. This meant not only offering quality products and great service, but also ensuring savings. His innovative idea, to create large discount stores in small towns where he could offer lower prices on everything. By significantly cutting prices, Sam aimed to outpace his competition and make up for the reduced margins through higher sales volumes. While discount stores were common across the country, most were smaller and located in urban areas, often only offering discounts on select items. Sam's approach was different, but it came with risks and required substantial funding. Initially, he pitched his concept to the company that franchised Ben Franklin stores, but they turned him down as his plan involved slashing their standard wholesale margins in half. Left with few options, Sam decided to take a leap of faith. He mortgaged his home, secured additional loans, and opened the first Walmart store in Rogers, Arkansas in 1962. Customers were ecstatic to find they didn't have to trek to the city for discounted goods, and soon Walmart became a bustling destination. As sales soared, Sam kept a close eye on his competitors, continually finding ways to drive down prices. For example, he replaced wooden shelves with metal ones for increased durability and cost savings. He also extended store hours, something no one else was doing at the time, which boosted revenue. Plus, he made sure there was ample free parking for customers, setting Walmart apart from the competition. For years, Sam funded his business expansion through profits and loans, but in 1970, he took a bold step by going public. The initial stock offering raised around $5 million, allowing him and his family to maintain a significant 61% ownership. This influx of capital helped him pay off bank debts, settle loans from friends, and set the stage for even bigger plans for Walmart's future. Between 1970 and 1971, Walmart was on a serious growth spurt, adding 6 new stores in just 1 year. The momentum continued, with 13 more the following year, then 14, and finally 26 in subsequent years. By the end of 1980, the company boasted a total of 276 stores, and they were opening about 100 new ones each year after that. Sam Walton believed the secret to Walmart's explosive growth wasn't just their unbeatable prices, but also the dedication of his close-knit team. He treated his associates like partners, offering them cash bonuses and stock options, which fostered a sense of ownership and commitment to the company's success. To optimize operations, Sam strategically located stores near warehouses, allowing for one-day delivery and keeping advertising costs low. He also cut out middlemen by buying directly from manufacturers, which further lowered prices. By the late 1970s, Walmart had emerged as a dominant force in the retail world. The success was evident. An investor who bought $1,650 worth of Walmart shares in 1970 saw their value skyrocket to over $700,000 by 1987. In 1983, Sam took another bold step by launching Sam's Wholesale Clubs, targeting small business owners and anyone looking to purchase goods in bulk. This venture was another hit, and by 1990, Walmart had surpassed 1,000 stores and employed around 150,000 people. However, Sam's rise wasn't without its critics. Many small retailers felt the pinch as Walmart's dominance grew, and Sam himself acknowledged this reality, stating that smaller stores were destined to disappear due to customer preferences. Sam Walton passed away on April 5, 1992, at the age of 74. By then, Walmart was generating over $104 billion in annual revenue. Fast forward to today, and Walmart has expanded to over 10,500 stores worldwide, raking in well over $500 billion each year. That wraps up our look at Walmart's journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.